first of this.
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for fact or fiction.
Thank you, Floyd. Appreciate it. Number one. Oh boy! And once again, there's a reason why we love Coach on this channel. Once again, there would be no War a Week boxing without Coach Gogue, without his involvement. I would just pack it in and not do it anymore. Because Coach is going to educate you on everything, the business, what goes on in the ring, the whole 9 yards, guys. So here it is, number one, with an estimated audience of more than 20 million fans worldwide, illegally streaming the Fury Usyk super fight. Turki Al-Sheikh is now having serious thoughts of pulling Saudi's investment in boxing. Fact or fiction, sir?
Shit, if I lost that kind of money, I'd say it with a big fucking middle finger. Fuck you. Take that. Look, Joe, the way you combat this shit is you got to make it closed circuit, okay? That's the only way. But then you'll find out who the real fans are that are willing to pay to go watch it at a closed circuit place. Like in the old days, I remember 85, Hagler Hearns. Oh, my God. The buildup for that fight was intense. It was like a Super Bowl event. The week of the fight, every day, that stories were being written in all newspaper, all major mainstream magazines, newspapers. It was on all the radio talk shows, all the news outlets were covering the fight. I'm not talking about the sports section. I'm talking about the opening event, the opening story covering that fight. It was such a big hype for that fight. You know what I mean? Because both guys guaranteed a knockout. Okay, they were going for the knockout, and everybody knew it was going to be a violent fight. So in Sacramento, the place to watch it was the Memorial Auditorium. Don Chargan's main number one place to go to when he did fights back in the days, and it was fucking jam packed, man. It was jam like a fight. They had big screens on the floor. It was like a fight. But that's the only place you can see it. You can't watch it and try to scramble it. Nah. So they got to change the technology. They got to come up with some technology to block all this shit, or it's going to keep happening. And guess what? A lot of people, because of camera and technology, Joe, they'll film it and they'll show it on their Facebook Live page or Twitter Live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, guys, you've got to, and Coach Gogue has the right idea. You've got to change the culture. We're going to try and do that in San Antonio in my very first War a Week boxing promotion with AAA Promotions and Robert Tapia Promotions as well. We're going to try to change the culture and give everyone that closed circuit feel environment. We're going to be showcasing several of our superstars in San Antonio, as well as showing the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight at the same venue. On July 20th, we're also going to be featuring my son's man, Roshi. So it's going to be an evening of world-class boxing entertainment, plus music, and much, much more, guys. That's going to be on July 20th. Expect the announcement very soon, with tickets going on sale within the next couple weeks. So I want to thank you guys for being a part of that if you're in South Texas. But you know what? This is a huge problem, Gogue. Now, once again, when you start bleeding not just tens of millions, it's estimated that Turki Al-Sheikh lost over $100 million with this promotion.
Yeah. Well,
so what's the solution? Because once again, guys, it seems to be just getting worse. Now, once again, you talked about, well, look, it was front page news when Hagler versus, you say Leonard or Hearns?
Hearns.
Yep, Hagler Hearns was front page. Now, did you see any ink after Fury Usyk took care of business? And it was an instant classic, guys. That event delivered on a critical level. It just crickets on the commercial level. No one purchased it.
Nobody gave a shit about that fight in the States. They're not American. They cared about Hagler Hearns because
Yep.
everybody knew who the fuck they were because they always fought on network TV back then. They were well known to the mainstream public, okay, because of their, what do you call it, consistency on fighting on network TV and being on all the talk shows and everything. You know what I mean? They were mainstream stars, man. Hagler, yeah, shit. And Hearns, Leonard, Duran, everybody knew who the fuck they were. So, and back then, like I said, there was no pay-per-view. You had to go to closed circuit. You had to go pay $25. That was that back then, Joe. $25 that they charge you. Back then.
Yep.
Yeah, just to go watch it. Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's when it was a hot ticket, and that's when mainstream media outlets covered it. I remember with Hagler being featured before that fight on Good Morning America the Friday before.
So did Tommy Hearns.
So was Tommy Hearns. I remember that vividly, brother.
Hagler, Hearns, yeah.
Yep. I remember them both on Good Morning America.
This fight was highly anticipated by mainstream America, okay? The casual fan. They wanted this. Every sports fan, whether you follow football, basketball, the NBA, NFL, everybody wanted to see it. All the athletes, NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. Yeah, the coaches, Jimmy Johnson, Cowboy coach, even went to that fight. He said, yeah. But anyway, that's how anticipated this fight was, man. Yeah, but
So while everyone they were participating in their big press conference over in Saudi Arabia, guess where the mainstream media outlets were? Covering the big press conference between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul in New York.
Yeah, because they're American, okay? They don't. They care about that. They don't give a shit about fucking Usyk or Fury. They're not from this country, man. So
that's a big problem, guys. And once again, if everyone's fighting in Saudi Arabia, Coach, how do you build attractions in America?
You don't.
Yep.
No, that print, whatever that a Sheikh guy, Turkey guy, whatever. What's his name? I don't know his name. No disrespect.
Turkey.
What's the name?
Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Yeah, no disrespect. I just not good with names. But anyway, he's coming to LA. Okay. They're doing a big fight with that August card. Now that's a good one. That's a good one. I got to give him props for that and everything. So that's a start. But yeah, you got to, if you want the big fights, you can't have it in Saudi Arabia. You got to have it come over here in America, baby. That's when the fans, that's when they'll get interested. They're not interested in the fight damn near, all the way around the world in 12 different time zones. Nah, man, they want to see fights over here, man. You know what I mean? So, but he lost 100 million. He lost 100 million.
Yeah. Now, after this, now, once again, it's common knowledge, and guys, go read all about it. And my brother, James from the Boxing Source, he's about to write an article about this, but we'll talk briefly about it, right? We won't really go into it. But what are the chances of Turki Al-Sheikh spending Saudi government funding to support PBC, Coach? What is the likelihood of that happening after losing over $100 million with this event?
I don't think he's that stupid, okay?